as we reach the 21st episode of Keeping Well at Home, I know, 21, we are focusing today on strength. Emma and Richie are going to show us the correct way to perform the sit to stand exercise, one you can do along with them right now.
So today's main exercise is going to be sit to stand, but first we're going to look at a mobility exercise for the ankle, the knee and the hip. So you can do this in a standing position or a seated position, holding onto the chair if you need to for support, feet hip distance and parallel, and lengthen up through the crown of the head. If you're in a seated position, you're going to make sure that you're sitting on your sit bones, again lengthening up through the crown of the head nice and tall. So in your stand position, we're going to take one leg out to the side, placing the heel onto the floor. Just check that your knee is soft on that standing leg. In a seated position, same movement, leg out onto the heel, and we're going to lift the leg, place the toe and then the heel. So we're looking to place the toe in the same position as you do with the heel. Again, as you do this, lengthen through the crown of the head, keep the breathing regular and look straight ahead. You're aiming to do about 10 on this leg, and once you're finished, you're going to change sides.
So our main exercise today is going to be sit to stand. So standing in front of a chair to start with, or if you're in a seated position, then I'll give you an alternative for that in just a moment. So bringing ourselves to the front of the chair, standing up nice and tall, lengthening up through the crown of the head. All I want you to do is to feel the front of the chair on the back of the legs. Feet hip width apart, you're going to lower yourself down into the chair, nice and slowly, until you're sitting down. From this position, what you might want to do is just to have a little bum walk forward, take your feet back, you're going to push up, through, standing nice and tall. Lower yourself down nice and slow. If you need to, bum shuffle forward and then lengthening up. If you're in a seated position, what I want you to do is to have that same good posture, so you're sitting up nice and tall, lengthening up through the crown of your head, sitting on your sit bones so the weight is evenly distributed. And from there, all I want you to do is just to lean forward and just jockey up. So we just come up a little bit and then lower yourself back down again. Now, depending on your ability level, will depend on how high you can actually take this exercise. You might not even actually get your bum off the chair. If you need to, you might want to put your hands on the outsides of the chair and just use your arms to give yourself a little push before you lower yourself under control.
So now we're going to look at a stretch exercise. We're going to stretch the hamstring. So in a seated position, make sure that you're sitting even weight on both sit bones and lengthen up through the crown of the head. We're going to take one leg out in front, placing the heel onto the ground, and then we're going to place the hands onto the bent leg, slightly leaning the body forwards until you can feel this nice stretch on the back of the hamstring. You're going to hold this stretch for about 10 seconds. And then with control, slowly return yourself back to that upright position and then draw the leg back in. You're then going to change sides and stretch the opposite side for 10 seconds.
Don't forget that the main aim of these sessions is to try and get you moving more and sitting less.
And if you enjoy doing those exercises, you can find even more on the Gateshead Older People's Assembly website, or you can give them a call.